I'm Jenn Page.
And I'm John Curtis.
And we're
two nerds in a garage.
Oh, I forgot to do my dance. It's a new thing.
I still like hearing that music. Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, Chris Edgar, for the awesome theme song.
Hi.
We have to start the show right off with an apology.
Wait.
Oh, yes, we do. We are going to personally apologize to Indiana Jones.
Oh.
To
there's so many 80s movies we need to apologize
Splash.
for. Splash!
I can't believe I forgot Splash.
Indiana Jones is huge.
Splash is huge for me in my life. It was bigger than Indiana Jones ever was. Splash
We're talking about the best 80 movies.
Splash was, you didn't see last week, we rated our favorite 80s movies.
Yes.
And then we realized after the show that we forgot really huge ones that impacted our life.
Huge movies.
Babe, you don't understand. Splash impacted my life so much that I used to take those, those water wings that kids put on their arms?
Yeah.
We deflate them, and I put them around my ankles
Aww.
so I could swim in our pool like a mermaid. Splash was huge, and I forgot it.
I'm going to eat a lobster.
Also, another movie that I've watched a million times, like I literally watch at least once a year, is Chances Are with Robert Downey Jr. and Sybil Shepherd, and it was just this great love story. It's so fun.
Let's see it.
We're going to have to watch it.
Okay.
But anyway, so we apologize.
So, apologies. There are a lot of comments.
Yes,
we need to get to those because you guys all brought up very specific, awesome points that we missed.
Yeah, one of those specific awesome points that was made was from Sarah, who said, John, you have to watch Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead immediately.
I do.
Thank you, Sarah, for backing me. That means he's got to watch it now.
Yes, I will.
Brian said
one of the things about this show is that I've actually retroactively watched a lot of these movies, and I've loved them.
Because you guys are telling him to watch
Yes.
it. Yeah.
So thank you.
Brian says, wow, okay, I agree with Jason. Picking 10 best movies from the 80s is rough. Breaking it down to genre may be better. But first, let me mention our disappointment that John may have to suspend Jenn's nerd card. How can you not love The Princess Bride?
Thank you.
I don't.
Princess Bride.
I just don't know what to tell you. But what I do think is funny is Brian actually brought up a movie that I loved as a kid, but if you watch it now, it's horrible and terrifying. Howard the Duck.
Oh. I don't know if that stands up, man. I don't know. George Lucas, come on.
Maria says that she can't even with us. She said, Lost Boys, Goonies, Krull. That's a triple no for me.
What? Maria? Thank you for watching.
And Jason says, choosing only 10 great movies from the 80s is a tougher dilemma than Sophie's Choice. Was that an 80s movie?
Yeah, it was.
I actually haven't seen Sophie's Choice, which I should actually probably watch.
You've never seen Sophie's Choice?
No, I should watch it.
Yeah.
It's probably one of those things that's always kind of been there, like, oh, I should watch this.
We're going to reference it a lot, so you need to watch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then finally, on our Facebook page, Lauren had such a fun comment. This was so funny and entertaining to me, which I'm just going to say, thanks.
Hey.
Because the fact that you had time in your day to watch it and you stopped to watch it was awesome. But she said, Adventures in Babysitting with a bunch of exclamation points. Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. She likes them both.
Those are two different movies?
Yeah, Adventures in Babysitting, you've seen.
Yes.
Don't
that's right. With
you haven't seen.
That's right. Okay.
And they're both awesome.
Let's talk about.
Well, now that we've got the apologies out of the way, we have to reveal the results. Okay, so let's start before we reveal the results. Before we reveal, let's set it up.
Yes, we had a poll.
Okay, but before we even say what the poll is, let's talk about what happened.
Okay, go ahead.
So after the show, and chime in wherever you want. After the show last week, we got in a real fight.
Yes.
Because I said, oh my God, I forgot Teen Wolf. And Teen Wolf was such an important 80s movie.
Yeah,
and he went,
Teen
Wolf was not, he's like, Mannequin was better.
Yeah.
And it started
Mannequin was better, is better.
I said, we could put this on Facebook right now,
Yep.
and I guarantee Teen Wolf will slaughter Mannequin. Well, for like a good 2 days, he was like, oh crap, you were right. Because Teen Wolf was slaughtering Mannequin. But then there was latecomers, and you guys almost caught up. But the final results are...
No.
51%.
51%.
Teen Wolf.
Oh my God.
49 Mannequin.
You know what?
And I guarantee the 49% of you who said Mannequin have not watched it in recent years. Because I would have said it
Nope.
too had I not watched it
This is what I'm going to say about Mannequin. And the 49% of us that voted for it. This is what I'm going to say. We are rabid fans of Mannequin.
No,
Rabid.
you're not.
No, we are. We stand by Mannequin more so than you guys stand by Teen Wolf. You'll vote for it as a better movie, but we are more rabid
Teen
fans.
Wolf still stands up today. You can still watch it today and enjoy it.
No.
Mannequin, you
No.
cannot.
False. False. Oh my God. So false. Yeah, Teen Wolf's on. Yeah, he's a Teen Wolf. He's on
Also,
a bus
it's
or
Michael
something.
J. Fox.
or-
Are you going to make fun of Michael J. Fox right now?
Oh, that's a low blow. So low blow. Okay, I love Michael J. Fox. Love
Michael J.
him.
Fox could do no wrong.
Yes, but the love that is manifested in Mannequin.
You don't even know who was in Mannequin.
Andrew McCarthy and Kim Cattrall.
Okay, I'll give you
Ooh, what? Come on. No, their love means something. And it's way more than anything that happened in Teen Wolf. What was the arc of Teen Wolf? Tell me.
Teen Wolf was actually more important because it's about accepting who you are, how you are, without needing to be somebody different or be, act different.
That's a nice message. Okay. I still don't think it's a better movie than the love that's manifested in the Mannequin.
We got to move on. We've already spent too much of this show
Okay.
reminiscing about last
All right,
week's show.
let's go.
But that was fun, guys. Thanks
Yes.
for commenting.
Thank you for voting.
Now, another apology is kind of to you guys because we had a really unexpected weekend, so we didn't really get to prep the show. We wanted to prep for
Yeah,
you.
there's no prep.
We're both exhausted. Haven't brushed our hair or put makeup on or any of that. My eye is
Homer.
swollen. Yeah, that was us. But let's tell them what had happened and why it was awesome.
So we wanted to see Rise of the Resistance ride.
The new ride
at Disneyland.
In the
Which
Galaxy's Edge.
is, yes, Galaxy's Edge, Star Wars, like really popular thing going on right now at Disneyland. So we went down with some sort of information involved with regard to how to get onto the ride. We have to arrive at the time.
You have to arrive before the park opens,
Yes.
be inside the park.
Yes.
And then there's at least, 1,000 people minimum.
1,000? Like
minimum.
10,000.
Yeah, but I'm saying like it's minimum. Like
Yeah.
just around, well, I'm even just saying in our little
Yeah.
area where you're like, so anyway.
The only way to get on this ride is you have to have the app open, the Disneyland app open, and then press it.
You have to, but only right when the park opens. You can't do it before. So right at, say the park opens at 8 a.m. the first day we went. The app is open. You have to hit join boarding group. Now, mind you, you have to be in the park to hit this.
Yes.
We had tiny little mishaps happen that got us in the park. We were literally in the stall, like about to go in at 8 a.m. on Sunday. And as we're about to go in, we hear the entire park erupt with screams of joy because all these people got on the ride. And as soon as we got in, I'm hitting it.
So
we got a backup boarding group.
we arrived in the park at 8:03, 3 minutes after you were allowed to join the ride via the app.
I'm actually getting heartbroken thinking back about it.
So our boarding pass was 125.
Now, everything after 80 is a backup group, which means
Yes.
they don't guarantee you're going to be on. You can stick around. You might get on.
So we're like, okay, we don't know what's going on. Let's do our thing.
We ride other rides, do
Yep.
whatever we do. And then if we eventually are like, we're not, it's going so slow, we're never going to get on. Let's just go home.
Yeah.
So we come back home. John's like you're literally napping at this point. Like we're just like hanging out. And all of a sudden I went, oh my gosh, it's at 90. It's only 7 p.m.
Yeah.
I was like, we got to go.
Yeah.
So we quickly get in the car. I'm like, he's like, no, I'm tired. Blah. I'm like, no, let's do it. So we drag him in the car. We drive out. We get there. We get in the park, and they're at like 100, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
We're like, where this is going to happen? It's only like 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Time's ticking away. Time's ticking away.
We're going on other rides. We're having fun. And then we get there.
We're not having fun. He's actually lying. We are nervous as hell the whole. I was nervous. I was more nervous than you were.
I was nervous.
But we
you
were
were
just,
way more nervous.
I was like, I can't enjoy myself.
I was like, we're getting on this ride.
Yeah, he was so confident.
Like they're at 120.
Okay.
And I'm like, we're 125. We're getting on this ride.
And it wasn't even 9. It was like 8:30 at this point.
Yeah.
They get to 123. We're like, holy crap.
Yeah, we're doing this.
This is going to happen. And then it's at 123. And time ticks by, it's 123. And time ticks by, it's 123. And it's now 9 o'clock. And we're like...
Let's just go to the ride and ask someone what's going on.
Apparently, we missed the alert that said our boarding passes were canceled. And they stopped at 123.
They stopped the ride at
I would have felt
8:30.
better had they done stop at 90. Because we were so close to getting on.
It was possibly the most disappointing thing in our life.
I won't say our life. But it
Well,
was
my dad
disappointing.
dying. Oh.
Your dad dying and then not getting on res resistance?
Yes. Okay.
Hi, Dad.
Yeah. Hi, Dad. Love you.
So at this point now, it's almost 10 o'clock. I'm like,
Yeah.
let's just get a hotel room. Let's spend the night and
Maybe
go
we'll
try to
come-
get in the morning.
Yes. We'll come
Now
back
we're
in the
right
morning.
here.
We know now better
Yes.
what to do
Yes.
to get on this ride.
So we wait. Now, first of all,
Oh
we
my
think
God.
we think the park opens at 8 a.m. So we're up at 6 a.m. and we're only across the street. We're down the block. So we're we're ready. We get our little breakfast, like coffee, whatever.
Yeah.
We're in the park.
We get in the line.
Waiting in line to go in the park.
So and we're not that far behind in the line. So we're like, oh, okay, this is cool.
Yeah.
And then we realize,
the park opens at 9.
so we're in the line
An
hour and a half
early.
before the park actually opens.
And the
'cause we're
line is
stupid.
growing so long behind us.
Yes.
And everybody in line is talking about their app and how they're going to do it. So
Yes.
every line is go in here early so
Yeah.
they can get this freaking, and we're just this is like winning the lottery.
Yeah. So, but that's not even it. We're stupid because we get in the park along with thousands of others behind us. So we didn't even need to be there that early.
Yeah, but I wasn't risking not getting through the gate right in time again. So I was fine with that.
We
But
got
what
in there
happens
early.
yeah, so we're sitting on a bench.
We found a bench. It was great. It was sunny. It was warm. It was
You're
lovely.
surrounded by thousands of people just in our little
On their
area.
phones.
No one's touching their phone except they're looking at it. No one's typing. No one's texting. Everybody's just staring at it for a half
Ready
hour.
to join the queue.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's what happens. Now the park opens at 9. Now I have to set this up because my schedule's very busy. So I have an alarm every day that goes off at 9 a.m. that brings up everything I'm supposed to do for the day. And it tells me which medicine I'm supposed to take at 9. So literally, I forget this. It's 9 o'clock. And before I can hit anything, all of my alerts are coming in. So I'm like, John, you have to get it. You have to get it.
I couldn't
His
get it.
won't refresh. His won't start. We're
Yeah.
panicking. We're freaking out. We finally get it, and we're in the backup boarding groups again.
Backup boarding group. 86.
But we were like, okay,
They guarantee 80 boarding groups.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We were 86. So we're like, okay.
We decide we're going to go see Birds of Prey, and we're going to wait it out.
We're going to talk about that, by the way.
We'll get to that. But so it basically, we wait it out. We're at the park, and we don't even ride anything when we get back to the park. We just sit there watching the countdown. We're going to get on. We got to happen. It's only 4 o'clock. They're at 83.
Yes.
We're going to get on.
84, 85, 86.
It was so stressful.
And then we finally get on.
We got on the freaking ride, and it was worth every moment of stress. We forgot every moment of stress the minute we were on, even just the first part. It was...
In the 44 years of life that I've experienced, it's the greatest amusement park ride I've ever been on.
Now, mind you,
Ever.
we're not going to tell you what it is because
No.
the surprises are what make it fun. So this is a spoiler-free discussion.
But it's a journey.
It's okay, now this also said, I think the Hogwarts dark ride is one of the best rides that was ever invented. It's so immersive. And when I first wrote it, I was blown away by it. I have been to Disney World to Universal in Florida, which John has not. So he hasn't gotten to experience the amazing magicalness of the Hogwarts Express. And I haven't gotten to see Hogwarts' new ride yet, which my daughter who's 16 says we're never going to experience anything like it. So all of that aside, this ride, there is nothing like it.
Rise of the Resistance.
It's just so interactive, and it just puts you in the movie in a way you won't be able to understand until you do it. We are just going to say we highly thumbs up and put a recommendation that you get there early, get your lottery ticket,
Yes.
scratch it off,
8
hope
a.m.
you get on the ride.
Have the app open, and then join.
Just do it. So also what happened on this weekend Because we said we saw Birds of Prey because we were like, we have time to kill.
We killed a whole movie in the middle of waiting for that ride.
So I didn't want to see Birds of Prey. I just thought the commercials looked terrible. I haven't liked a DC movie except for Wonder Woman and the Nolan Batmans. But there was nothing else really to watch. It was the perfect time. And I got to say, as much as I thought, I was like, I even told this to John. I said, I cannot watch Harley Quinn that long. That's a whole movie of her. I can't do it. I was wrong.
She was so awesome. Oh, my God.
She was completely an She's got lightsaber.
Oh, yep.
And still likable.
Yeah.
Not many people can pull that off.
Margot Robbie produced this, by the way.
Oh yeah, this is her.
This is her baby.
I read an article where she was allowed to take the character in the direction she wanted, and they gave the filmmaker, which let's give kudos to, the director Kathy Yan. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, Kathy Yan. Go ahead, Kathy. Be in touch. We'd love to have you on the show.
Please come. You did an amazing job.
Yeah, what I read was that the studio actually let her really have creative freedom, which they don't usually do, especially for women directors. And I have to say, the stunts alone, these women were doing things, the actresses and the stunt doubles were doing things that I've never seen men do in movies.
They kick so much.
That whole thing with the motorcycle where she goes in the front.
Oh my God.
Now, when you turn around and see Harley, we could tell it's green screen. But that first stunt, I'm pretty sure that was a real practical stunt because I didn't see any green screen.
How about all the roller skating at the end? Oh my God.
Let's talk about two sequences. One, the wet fight. It was the whole, like, where the sprinklers would go off at the prison.
Oh, yeah.
And there was all this great, like, water stomping, sliding through, like,
so
water
good.
splashing. And then that infight. It's like if John Wick was thrown in a funhouse.
Yeah.
It was just so clever.
It was really great. I have a question. Birds of Prey. Does that include Harley Quinn?
Well, I feel like, I don't know the comic books, so those of you watching that do.
I don't know either.
I feel like maybe it's definitely a setup for future, so she's probably going to be involved with them somehow.
But they showed you the three of them.
Right, but but that's a setup for another movie. It's kind of like.
But they were fighting crime, and Harley Quinn's not about that.
Yeah, but I have a feeling she'll be somehow interwoven. And they're also fighting crime in a sort of vigilante kind of way.
But
she'll be able to help. I think she's going to be an ally, yes.
Yeah, okay.
And we saw the softer side of her when she took on her little mentee.
Yeah,
and
I love it.
It's
a good movie.
Yeah, it was well
Birds
done.
of Prey.
So anybody
Loved it.
There's a lot of talk online about how it didn't have story and blah, blah,
What?
blah. And these are from the same guys who liked freaking Justice League.
Wait, Birds of Prey had a story.
I agree.
No one's saying
I've
that.
yet to see one woman. I mean, I'm not saying that there's women out there who don't like it, but I've yet to see one woman slam it online, and I've seen a lot of guys on my Facebook slam it.
Of course.
And I think it was it was just women empowerment and sisterhood all over. It wasn't
I
about,
loved it.
even though it was stemmed from her breakup with Joker, it wasn't about a love relationship.
Yeah.
It was about women.
It was great. It was her finding
sisterhood.
herself. You know?
Yeah. All of the women finding themselves and then bonding together somehow.
What's great about that, it was her like embracing her still craziness and finding herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since we didn't plan a show, I have a surprise for you, baby.
What?
Okay, so on my show, Intuitive Filmmaker, we use these cards here.
Yes.
It basically has a word on the card, and then my guest picks a card, and then whatever that word brings up for them, we have a whole conversation about it. And John is always like, why don't we have cards on our show?
I want cards.
I have a surprise for you.
Yeah.
I got us some Geek Out cards.
Yeah.
So these cards are a little different. They have 5 things on the back. It was the closest thing I could find to sort of a nerd geek deck. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Because there's 5 things and not one topic, I'm going to have you shuffle the cards, and you're going to, just before you pick a card, pick a number, 1 through 5.
3.
Okay. Then hand me a card you're choosing. Okay, so I love this because it's about Sci-Fi Network original series. And one of my favorite, one of my top 3 shows that I love so much in all my life.
Magicians.
The Magicians, I love it so much.
I haven't seen it.
I know. And the problem is I can't, so if you've watched The Magicians, you know that season 1 was, so my friend Dave Hoff and I would watch this because we were roommates. And we were like, this isn't that great, but we also can't stop watching it because it was kind of like seeing the Harry Potter people grown up like in college kind of situation. So there's like a little bit of sex and some drugs, but there's also magic.
That's
what?
It had nothing to do with Harry Potter.
Well, if they went to college,
there's no sex and drugs in the Harry Potter.
Right, because they're in high school level. But then you go to college and you start experimenting with things. Like in college, that's when all, like girls will experiment being with other girls, or you'll experiment with marijuana, or I'm sorry, you were such a nerd in college that you didn't do anything.
Hey, I did stuff.
What'd you do?
What are we talking about?
Dave and I would watch the show, and we would just keep watching, and we were liking it, but we weren't totally in love with it. But then the second season of The Magicians comes around, and I'm saying this because if there's any of you out there who watched the first season and was like, I'm not going to watch anymore, trust me when I tell you need to keep watching, because the second season they find their footing, and this show, baby, so good. And here's the cool thing, is like magic. It's just like Harry Potter in the way that the magicians kind of are kept secret from muggles. You get a letter to be accepted to this school or not, and if you get accepted, you get to learn magic, but you have to have the gift already. But it's in college. Yeah, see? But it's more realistic and darker. It's the Harry Potter I wish we would have had.
Harry Potter was really dark at the end.
Because we don't really think of sci-fi.
What was the card? Sci-fi shows what?
Just type sci-fi, two sci-fi shows that we like. Anyway, my point is that, yeah, like you don't think of sci-fi as like, oh, that's the channel to go to for great content. But
you know what I love about sci-fi? They've aired movies that I've been in that are so bad.
But they still air them.
They're so bad.
Like which one?
Sea snakes. So me, Luke Perry, rest in peace. We captained a submarine together where a bunch of snakes broke out, and it was snakes on a submarine.
Go rent that one. You'll see a baby John Curtis.
Sea snakes, a la Silent Venom.
What people are searching for? Do they search under Silent Venom, right?
Either one.
Before we go, is there any nerd news this week?
Nerd news. So we were talking about Little Shop of Horrors casting a few episodes back, and Chris Evans tweeted about being in negotiations. Chris Evans as the dentist. Genius! Never saw it coming. But he's Captain America. He's like apple pie, perfect. This guy is gonna kill as the dentist. I disagree.
I did not like Chris Evans as a jerk in Knives Out. I just am not appreciative of it. I'm sorry. You were Cap for life. Be the nice guy.
No.
Like Before We Go?
No, disagree.
I like him that way.
He cannot be the nice guy for life.
I just think that his jerk guys he's pushing it too much. He's trying, and I'm not buying it. I'm
I'm telling you, the guys that are the good guys can so slay the bad guys.
But he didn't slay it in Knives Out.
He did.
He
fooled you.
No, he never fooled me. I knew he was a bad guy the whole time, which is my point.
Spoilers.
And also,
wait.
If you haven't watched Knives Out, I'm going to save you the hassle. Don't.
Oh.
That's not even because I have a problem with Rian Johnson. That's just because the movie was just... We were watching going, this better pay off, and it didn't pay off.
It did not pay off.
So anyway, my point is, bad guys that have been really great. Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman has played several bad guys, and every time he does, he's different, he's unique, he is in that character.
Gary Oldman's a unique cat. Like, he's awesome.
But my point is, Chris Evans was the typical... I knew he was the bad guy because of how he was acting. And Chris Evans, I'm talking to you. I think you are fantastic. The movie you directed, you were so good. Captain America, you're so good. I love you. I just don't want to see you play bad guys.
I think he can pull this off, like, awesomely.
Well, I hope you're right for his sake because he wants the role.
Oh, he's going to slay it.
If he were to get it.
He's going to get it.
Why would he just get it? Because he tweeted a tooth?
Yeah, exactly. They're in negotiations.
I want to be at that level.
It's going to lock down. Yeah. Trust me, in like 24 hours. Done. I'm done, Hollywood. Son. Done, son.
Schmidt out.
Schmidt out.
And with that, nerds, we out.
We out.
Oh, and before we out, though, this is the last week to rate and review on Apple Podcasts. We saw a couple of you did, so you're now entered into the drawing to get the Goonies coin replica. Last week to do that. So go to Apple Podcasts, rate and review the show. You could say bad things if you want.
Yeah.
Just give us 5 stars anyway. No.
Please.
And
visit the
intern.
merch.
Yes.
Visit the merch shop. Support us. And thank you for watching. Love you guys.
You've been listening to Two Nerds in a Garage podcast. If you're having fun nerding out with us, please subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Rate and review as it really helps others find the show, which helps us keep delivering fun content. We're also on all of your other favorite podcast apps, as well as on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
This show is supported by our listeners just like you. Please visit twonerdinagarage.com to find all the ways you can help keep supporting us, including our merch shop and direct donations through PayPal. Thank you again for being on this hero's journey with us.